Does this work? I don't have to move my hands. Alright. So, if you're lucky, at some point in your life you will meet your soulmate. This is the person that you couldn't imagine not spending the rest of your life with, and it's your true love. And Cory was very fortunate to have met such a person 13 years ago when he met me. And you're probably wondering why I've got this orange vest on. That's a good question. So, when Cory asked me to be his best man, I was honored, I was very excited, I was also a little nervous. As good looking as I am, I don't generally get up and speak in front of this many people. But in talking with Ashley about it, who, by the way, looks absolutely beautiful today, we should give her a round of applause. She said, PJ, my family's all hunters. They're going to love you. You have nothing to do. So you laugh, but as an Italian kid from Syracuse, New York, who's never been hunting a day in his life, I was a little nervous. So I went on Google and I typed in, have to give a speech, a lot of hunters in attendance, how do I not screw this up? I didn't really find much. Really, I think what Ashley meant was simply that her family is very cordial and inviting and that they make a great audience, so thank you in advance. But while I was researching, I found some pictures of groups of hunters, and I thought they were having a great time. And some of them even had these orange like vests or hats on, and I'm like, they look like kind of black sheep. That's perfect. So, what is that all about? And it turns out that sometimes they wear orange so that their friends that they're hunting with know that they shouldn't shoot them. That's the best. Now, I should, in full disclosure, I wrote this long before I ever met Dustin and Dylan over here. And in the last 24 hours, I've shot a bow and arrow to fake deer, right in the heart, right? Shotgun, and Dylan says if I come back on Monday, we're going goose hunting. So, listen, I can talk about Cory and our friendship and how we've always been there for one another and highs and lows and whatnot, but that's kind of boring, and I don't really want to talk about that. Instead, I just want to tell a short story. It's real short. I know you're waiting to eat. Chris Schad, he's starving. He's been pain in the ass this whole time. About the time that I almost ended this relationship long before it really got started. So Cory and Ashley were house sitting, and it was sometime in the winter. It was like the first time I was ever supposed to meet her. She had left for work for the day. Cory had taken the day off so that he and I could just eat pizza and play video games, two of the things that we are incredible at. So I get to this house. Cory's giving me the lay of the land. Here's the living room, bathroom, whatever. And oh, by the way, there's 2 dogs and a cat. And he says when the dogs need to go outside, they'll stand by the sliding glass door. You open it, they go out, no big deal. And then he mentions that the cat is an outdoor cat. Okay, great. I don't expect to have to deal with any of this, so no problem. Fast forward, it's about 1 o'clock. We had just gotten back from lunch, and the dogs are standing by that door while Cory runs up to go to the bathroom. And they're looking at me, and I'm looking at them, and they say, we're going to need you to open this for you today. I say, no problem. Open the door. They run out. The cat is sitting there looking at me, and he says, well, I would like to go outside too. Okay, no problem. You're an outdoor cat. Go ahead. So he runs out. The dogs come back. Cory comes downstairs, and he says, where's the cat? I said, well, he's outside. He's still doing his business. And he's like, what do you mean you let the cat outside? I was like, you said he was an outdoor cat. I assume that's where he goes. And he's like, no, it used to be an outdoor cat, but now it lives inside. If you let it outside, it'll never come back. It's much funnier now. It took about 5 hours. Cans of chicken, to Ashley, some cat food treats, whatever. Finally, Cory grabs it, and I swear he may have broken one of its ribs. I'm not sure. And then he hands me the cat, and we're like, all right, we're good. Ashley's going to be home in a couple hours. This is fine. So he hands it to me. He goes, bring it inside. I said, all right. And then as soon as he did, the cat starts to dig its claws into my arms, and I panicked, and I dropped it. Again, much funnier now. So it took another 2 hours. We finally got it back. And then we got inside, and Cory says, there's no way we can ever tell Ashley about this. You know, I really like her. You're my best friend. There's just no way we could tell her that you're such a delinquent and you lost this cat. I was like, all right, we won't tell her. So I met her. Everything was great. And I swear it didn't take but like 48 hours before he sends me a text message and said, sorry, bro, the guilt was overwhelming. I had to tell her that you lost the cat. Awesome. I really appreciate that. Thank you. But you know, it was really at that moment that I knew, he knew he had to be honest with her at that point because he saw this going quite a ways. And listen, all joking aside, it's very obvious how much they love one another. Anyone who follows Ashley on Facebook or Instagram, I'm sure you can And while she may never find a hashtag that adequately encapsulates the love that they have for one another, I know that she'll always try. And so I was going to raise a toast, but I don't really see like we have any champagne. So, 18
bottles of it.
18 bottles of it. They're all outside.
Yeah, they're all under
So Cory and Ashley and I, one of our favorite TV shows is actually The Office. And in The Office, there's Pam Beesly and Jim Halpert. That's like the main couple, and their relationship in the show mirrors that of Cory and Ashley almost to a T. So much so that I actually have them in my phone as Pam Beesly and Jim Halpert. And right before they're about to get married in the show, Pam looks at the camera and says, when you're a kid, you assume that your parents are soulmates, and our kids will be right about that. And I know that their kids will be right about that too. They are soulmates. So, here's Pam and Jim Halpert, aka Cory and Ashela Schad.